Hi, CJ here for another video of passionate sharing about recovery tools, lessons, and real-life experiences from my mental health journey. I am not a medical or mental health professional, just here today to share more helpful information about my journey. Just a reminder, if you have not created your personal safety plan, please check out the link below or above to learn more about staying safe, because emotional triggers or darkness of depression can set in at any time and potentially during this video. Okay, let's get started. And remember, you're not alone. Hi, CJ here. In this session, I'm going to discuss a term I use often in my videos, darkness. This is what it feels like for me when depressed, sadness, worthlessness, hopelessness, helplessness, they just take over. The darkness of depression. For me, this term is not the same as depression, but it is a state of it. Depression is a diagnosis. Darkness is a feeling. When feeling darkness, I may be feeling sad, down, blue, depressed, angry, just overwhelmed. Some or all of these. I am either just numb with no thoughts, or my thoughts are all over the place and it seems impossible to quiet my mind. And the thoughts are not positive nature at all. I don't want to do anything, or it just takes so much energy to do it. Please understand that no one is, or actually should be, happy all the time. And we all have periods of sadness, blues, or other emotions. When I use the term darkness, it is in those times when the thoughts and emotions are all consuming. Scary. And I feel like there is just a darkness aura around me, and that it just has a hold of me. I also want to share that darkness is not always a bad place to be, and can actually be cherished sometimes. Once I actually understood it more and felt safe in it, I used times of darkness to allow myself to feel emotions. Feel what I needed to feel to allow processing of past or current emotions. Sometimes in darkness, it would be easier to just allow myself to be emotionally vulnerable and even cry, which is actually very difficult for me to do. However, darkness can also be an incredibly scary place if thoughts of harming yourself begin. If this occurs, steps need to occur to take control back from PTSD. And in this session, I'm talking specifically from the darkness. This is when a tool that I call personal safety plan needs to be utilized. I share in the intro in all my videos to ensure you have a personal plan in place. Please do this and keep it handy at all times for when your thoughts of harm begin in darkness. When I talk about darkness, it does not always mean you're in a place of harmful thoughts, but it is a place that you need to ensure safety is always being considered. Well, what brings on darkness? Oftentimes it seems nothing does, but I've learned that past unprocessed emotions are likely the source. Emotions that are just there and not understood. You're not even conscious of those emotions in many times. Something triggers emotions, just these emotions and feelings that did not get processed, and they seem to just, waiting for attention. And with the thoughts in darkness, if you pay attention, you may learn what actually needs to get attention. The question of how long will the darkness be with me is something I just don't understand, and honestly, I still don't. It can be for just a few minutes, hours, or even days. I learned that something is just needing my attention. Really just needing my attention, so I've learned to focus on it. I've also learned to use the steps of my personal safety plan and mindfulness meditation. Check this out for more info. To actually take the control back from darkness as well. Let me share an example of what focus on darkness can actually accomplish. I learned that positive recognition was difficult for me to receive in the past. At the moment I was hearing positive comments, I would feel happy and excited, and then quickly something would switch and I would slip into sadness, feeling actually like I wanted to crawl in a corner and just cry. And I actually felt miserable. I never understood this. It was just really something that I didn't recognize. I didn't recognize what I was doing until I started processing emotions with mindfulness and EMDR. From what I've learned, by being more mindful, just more mindful of my emotions and what I'm actually feeling, I first recognized the cause and effect being positive recognition, that it becomes sadness. Positive recognition equals sadness? Well, then I was able to be more mindful of the sadness and eventually recognize that the sadness was feeling like a failure. Not good enough. Never going to be good enough. Well, staying with this, then I became more in tune with my emotions. And I was able to recall memories, again through EMDR type techniques, of when I would feel good from winning a race at a swim meet. Everyone high-fiving and just clapping and hugging, and God, just what a great time when you just won a race. And then within minutes, my dad saying something like, "You should have had a new record if you would have only had a better flip turn." And then with continued work with my therapist, I uncovered the pattern and long-time history of feeling worthless. I have, over this journey, processed many of the deep hidden suppressed emotions, and now I'm able to accept positive comments and recognition with just absolute pride and grace. That feeling that I've missed out on all this time when I had accomplished is just so great to be feeling now. I'm able to enjoy and truly feel that pride fill and warm my body, and I know that this smile is real and it's genuine. And I straighten my shoulders and my back. I can just feel all of this happening now. And I don't fall into darkness from this positive feedback comment the way I used to. So in summary, just know that darkness is a state that can become easier to cherish. A state where you can actually learn to become emotionally vulnerable. Feel like you're in a safe place. But knowing it can be a really scary place at times. You'll have a personal safety plan in place for those times. Dark, lonely, scary feelings, God, they're just difficult. They're just difficult to have. But remember, you're not alone.